people as a time clock. But really, once the aliens come, we all gonna be together because they ain't gonna think about no color.
Who you think the aliens are?
The ancient fallen angels, hit the earth like lightning.
I can tell you got part of that, right? I would tell you so the alien beings, so if you look at in this book, right, whenever it describes an angel, right, it describes them as they have like a head like a lion and feet like an eagle, right? Or on their wings they have a bunch of eyeballs, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it tells them that whenever people saw an angel, it was a terrible sight. You had people that either passed out or that wanted to die because it was so fearful that they were seeing that angel, right? So those, along with Yahushua leading them who was Christ, at God's word, those are the people those are the beings that we want to see coming down. Those are the ones we want to be on their side, because they're going to be coming up and gathering their people, the people that are meant to receive salvation up out of this place, and everybody else right behind. After they leave, these missiles are coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we can already see the writing on the wall. We got war with Russia and Ukraine right now, and then we got the Israel and Hamas war, right? We got those two big ones that are capturing the nation's attention. In the midst of that, we got an election going on, right? So we have things that are coming that we got to pay attention to, because we want to make sure that we're on the right side of that salvation.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 11.
Bring it out.
And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. He that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine white linen, white and clean.
So these basically what that's saying is they have, what is it called, the Space Force. They made that, right? For so long they were talking about aliens don't exist. They were talking about these flying saucers and stuff that you guys are talking about, Area 51. That stuff is like it's made up, it's whatever. But now they made a Space Force because they said stuff is up there, and we got to be ready for when they try and come in and take over. So they got you under the mindset that these beings that are coming, we got to be against them, right? So now we're not focused on God. We're not focused on the things that we're truly supposed to be focused on. We're focused on someday this guy's going to crack open. There's going to be these beings that are coming down on their flying saucers, and all they're going to be doing is trying to kill whoever it is that they kill. No, they're going to be killing the right people, right? The people that are supposed to receive this judgment in this place, and it's only happening, the people that are receiving this judgment in this place, those are the people that are straying away from what it is that God told us to do.
So you coming to divide.
He's 100%. Christ said he's not coming here to bring peace. He's coming here to divide, pretty much divide and conquer, right? And so part of that division is we got to make some hard decisions that seem difficult, right? It's not really hard to not celebrate Christmas and to celebrate Hanukkah instead, right? It's not really hard to not celebrate your birthday and, celebrate Passover, celebrate the tabernacles, all the biblical feasts and holidays that we're given, right? Not only that, but on Christmas, you got 2 days. You got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, right? New Year's, you got New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. These biblical days, weeks. You know what I'm saying? That's how much God. So we got this perception of God that He's just boring. No, He wants us. He likes to party too. You know what I'm saying? He's given us things where we can party for a long time. We gotta do it the right way, but He's given us to do it for. He's given us parameters on how to do it and make it fun and to have it lasting, where people can enjoy, even in the kingdom when we're in rulership. So-called Black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native Americans, the people that you see on this side are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of, right? So, would your dad be a so-called Black man? Yeah. Well, what about his dad? Your grandpa, all right? So then more than likely you're from the tribe of Judah, which is the same tribe as David, the same tribe, the one that slayed the giant, the same tribe as Solomon, David's son, that ruled the earth, has so many riches and things like that. Not only that, but he was the wisest man that's ever lived. You know what I'm saying? So all the right decisions, you know what I'm saying? And then Christ as well. When we know who Christ is, and we know what He means to us, and for the salvation of our people, right? So their blood is flowing through your veins. And when I say that, people just take it as, oh, okay, cool. But when you really think about it, these great men, these great biblical men that we read about, their blood is flowing through our veins. That means greatness is flowing through our true greatness.
Yeah.
You got greatness like LeBron,
Yeah.
you got greatness like Michael Jackson, you got greatness like those people, but I'm talking about true greatness is flowing through that blood is flowing through our veins.
You had to be great just to survive the crossing.
You got to be
You had to be great just to make it across to the crossing to get here.
Do you know that that's in the Bible?
Oh yeah.
You know it's in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
So it was prophesied that we would be coming over here. Matter of fact, can one of y'all get it for me real quick? Deuteronomy 28.
He didn't say it was gonna be easy, but they did take care of us and fed us and everything else, so we survived.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it up.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Can you grab me in Revelation about Egypt, what Egypt is in Revelation? So it said that he will bring us into Egypt again with ships, right? So when we first left Egypt, we left on foot. We had to cross a body of water, but we left on foot. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to leave in a ship. Even then, we didn't need a ship. We just went around. We didn't need a ship, right? Mm-hmm. So this is saying you're going so far, you're going to have to be carried in a ship.
Mm-hmm.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So who are the only people that you know that were set on a ship, sent over to a land that they don't know, and were sold to people?
Us. And they got the receipts and won't give it back.
And they got the receipts and won't give it back, right? Mm-hmm. So knowing that, let me give you what Egypt is.
It's the book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2. I am the Lord thy God.
Oh, wait, once in Revelation, my fault.
It's the book of Exodus chapter 20 verse 2.
Bring it out.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So that's letting you know that Egypt is synonymous with bondage. So it's letting you know that we will go into a place with bondage. That scripture that we just read said that we will be sold for bondmen and bondwomen, which is in bondage.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Quick. In the Bible, it also says that we'll be taken out of here by ships too, by the ships of Tarshish. Who is Tarshish? Is that Spain or who is that?
Well, so we're going to be taken out of here by, I use this term loosely, by ships. If you're on the right side, ships, spaceships, right? So you were talking about the aliens that were coming out, that were coming down, and I said we need to be on the right side. Those aliens, we just call anything that we don't understand, like clearly is resonating with you. So along with that, there's certain things that you got to do, right? So like I said, I was asking this brother, what's your diet? Are you eating pork? Are you eating shrimp, crab, and lobster?
Maybe shrimp. If I go out to eat, maybe some shrimp. But am I cooking it? No.
Right. But so let me ask you this. It may sound ridiculous. Let me ask you that anyway, though. If you see a roach crawling on this ground, you gonna pick it up and eat it?
Hell no.
No. Right.
That's what a shrimp is.
That's what a shrimp is.
That's one thing that's like, I'm gonna eat a little bit.
And you even know it still has the poop
leg.
lining in
Yeah,
it,
it got
right?
the
And it's got those little legs. If we saw it crawling around, the first thing we either think to run away, stomp on it, whatever the case may be. But we would not think, let me pick this up and eat it, right? Why do we do that with shrimp? Why do we do that with crab? Why do we do that with lobster? That's something that's been fed to us as a delicacy. So we're basically eating the garbage disposal of the waters, right? God told us that we're not supposed to do that.
Just living under someone else's social construct.
Under somebody else's social construct.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9.
Bring it out.
These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins nor scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
That's right.
So that means salmon, good, right? Catfish, not good. Not good, right? We've been given things that we've been told, like you said, is our culture. Mm-hmm. People that don't have our best interests at heart are telling us what our culture is. They've given us these things, and they said, this is you. right? And so then we take that, and anybody that goes against that, well, you're not, give me your black card.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not one of us. You know what I'm saying? That like that's the thought that we have. That's the perception that we have because we've been institutionalized with this for so long.
It's the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 15.
Bring it out.
Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all, by reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things.
So this is that's basically saying, reiterating, the people that don't have your best interests at heart, those are the people that we want to follow the most and do what it is that they do and give, take what it is that they give us, right? We don't even have our best interests at heart.
We don't want to. We just kind of not fell into it, but they, when they got that control,
when they got that control.
So the people that's saying what our social construct is also write the law.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it's kind of hard to get out of. You know what I mean? Take somebody that's really thinking differently outside the box, like our leaders, which you know how that happens.
Yep. Every 4 years we made promises. Every election cycle we made promises, just to have those promises not fulfilled. So that should already tell you that they playing the game, and they playing with your life. Really, they're saying I care that little about you, where I'm just about to say this stuff, give you these promises, and this same song and dance every 4 years, every election cycle, and y'all gonna believe it. I'm gonna drop the gas prices. I'm gonna give more money on the food stamps. I'm gonna give you a bonus around this time of year. So you're gonna want to continue doing these same things over and over. But the good news is yes, these people are in control now, right?
Just for now.
Just for now. But in order to make sure that in order to help make sure that you are on that right path, that you are receiving that you will receive those things that are promised to us, again, you got to do the things that God wants us to do, right? So like I said, the shellfish, gotta let that go.
Yeah.
Pork, you said no.
Yeah, I mean.
There's certain things that we got to make sure that we do.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 4.
Bring it out.
For whatsoever is born of God overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith.
So if you truly want a God's, overcoming this stuff, it's not going to be hard. It's not going to be, I'm not saying that you're not going to have challenges along the way. I'm not saying that you're not ever going to think about that stuff with fondness, or remember when we had that fish fry and it was like, I'm not saying you're not going to think about that, but I'm saying when you do these things, when you make that change, you're going to realize how much life better is on the other side. The grass really is greener on the other side.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1.
I just also want you to know the reason why we're bringing out so many precepts is because so none of this stuff can be left up to, well, he told me this. No, the Bible said this, right? There's so many people that believe in God, but we want to let the Bible speak to us. We don't want to speak ourselves.
The book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1.
Bring it out.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
That's right.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, the acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
That basically means God's not going to break you down without building you back up, right? He's not the same as a person. He doesn't like seeing you in whatever. It hurts when your parents would be giving you a whoop or whatever, and they tell you it hurts me more than it hurts. No, it really hurts him more than it hurts you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that, again, he values. He wanted special to himself. He loves us. We call him our father, right? He calls us, or we call him our father, right? So that's a relationship that we have with him. And so for us to be going through what it is that we're going through, you would never want to see your kids have to go hungry. You would never want to see your kids have to be strung out on drugs. You would never want to see your kids not being able to make ends meet, provide for their family. You would never want that for your child. You would never want them not knowing that they could always come back home. You don't want that for them. You don't want them to not think that you don't love them, to be asking questions of why was I ever born. You wouldn't ever want that for them. That would break your heart every time that you see it. But when they come back to you, when they let you know, hey, I messed up. What you were saying was right. You were telling me the right thing all along. I had to go out and see for myself, but I don't want to see for myself anymore. I want to do what it is that you're telling me to do. I want to follow. You got the best plan. Let me follow that plan. You know what I'm saying? You're the leader. I'm stepping back. Whatever you say, that's what I'm going to do. When they do those things and they show that faith in you, they show that trust in you, then it does something to you to where now, whatever, forget what they did in the past. I get it. They messed up.
Yeah.
But now going forward, whatever you want, I got you. It's good for you, I got you.
So I just wanted to get that in the GNT because every Israelite loves that whole chapter really, but I'm going to get that for you in the GNT so you can get that clear breakdown. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 from the top. My child, if you are going to serve the Lord, be prepared for times when you will be put to the test. Verse 4, accept whatever happens to you, even if you suffer humiliation. Be patient. Gold is tested by fire, and human character is tested in the furnace of humiliation. Trust the Lord, and he will help you. Walk straight in his ways, and put your hope in him.
So again, essentially, what we were saying earlier, when you're going through things, count it as all joy. When God is taking you through something, know that He's just making it better for you on the other side. And so when you're going through these things, don't think that He hates you. Just know that He's trying to grab your attention, and know that He loves you, and that it's gonna work out. But you gotta make sure that you're doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing, keeping those commandments.
That's right.
Right? This brother, he makes his wife makes zeets, right? Makes zeets, these things that are hanging off our pants. These are physical reminders of us to keep the law. If you want to get in contact with him, she can make you some, match whatever it is that you wear, match your uniform, whatever it is that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a conversation starter, and people are like, what is that? Oh, this is remind me to keep the laws of the Bible. Look through on the social media too, on the page, so that you can get some greater. So that you can get. I thought you said.
I'm so used to it. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, you straight. He hops on that all the time. But just keep in contact with that and keep up with that. Any questions you got, we got the email. You know what I'm saying? We got all that for you.
For sure.
And we're up here often, so if you ever see us,
Hey, I love y'all brothers.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, King.
And that's why I'm saying we up here. People know us. You know what I'm saying? So what's your name?
Robin.
Robin. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name? Nice to meet you. What's your name?
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, look, Mom. Thank you for your service. Thank you.
Who got a game today?
Who we play for?
He played for East Side Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got whooped. They got.
I was at the game, I think, last week.
Yeah, they got. It was a good one last week. This week, we gonna have attitude. That's why we got the Clippers.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, from the top. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
So that's basically letting you know that the position that we're supposed to be in, other people are in that position.
Yeah.
What we're supposed to be having, other people are having. And they did it so much to where in slavery, like we were talking about, all that was a period where they're just erasing our memory.
The earth telling now though.
It's telling,
Now that
right?
the rivers drying up and everything, finding
Our
artifacts.
blood is crying out to God,
Mhm.
right? He hears us.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43.
Bring it
I know
out.
you gotta go too. I know you.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Everything we want, we gotta go to them for it.
So it started with Jacob and Esau. All started with them two.
It's already in you. The truth is already in you. I'm telling you, go read through that. Have you heard that we're the Israelites before?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I believe it. Anytime I get in trouble, they say you descendant of a Hebrew slave.
hey, you right? It's already in it.
That's right.
So just like I said, make sure that you get some zeets so that people can see, so that you can have a physical reminder. Read your Bible. You know, I'm not trying to say you don't, but I'm saying read your Bible, but from the perspective of who you are in accordance with that Bible, and then look at that information. Don't just believe what I say. Fact check it, cross-reference it. I'm not saying going to somebody that don't believe what we believe, but you can even go to somebody that don't believe what we believe, and if they say, no, we don't got to keep the law, but you see in the Old Testament it says, yeah, we got to keep the law, and then you see Christ say, yeah, we got to keep the law, and then you see his disciples say, yeah, we got to keep the law, and you're like, I got 3 different sources that are saying we got to keep the law, but you telling me that we don't have to keep the law.
That same person be walking around with rocks in their pockets like you say.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about numbers, you be like, what?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, come back. We're too far.
Way too far.
Right. Okay.
We all this stuff is a distraction. It's meant to keep us from our true purpose. It's meant to keep us from knowing who we are. So we're so discombobulated. We think that we're, we got Egyptologists, we got Muslims, it doesn't mean that these aren't, solid people. Doesn't mean that these aren't our people if they're so-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native Americans. But it also means that the white man has done a really good job of distracting us, and we've done a great job of obliging him and showing him that we love our ignorance instead of who it is that we truly are.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
That means love him with everything you got. Follow what he says with everything that you got. And if you do that and you surround yourself with like-minded people and you keep on that journey, and like I said, you're making love as an action word. So if you're making that action to show him that you love him daily, not sometimes, not, these people, if I go around these people, they're going to look at me a certain type of way. No, daily. It's a daily thing. If you make the effort to do that daily, you're going to be good. And when those aliens crack the sky and their spaceships come down, you're going to find yourself on the right side of that salvation prayerfully, right?
Yes.
That's why we're out here. We're just trying to get our people home the safest way that we can.
But if we do happen to have to stop in the woods, I'm just telling everybody now, make a pit stop, in the woods. Get a bug out bag.
Get a bug out bag.
Bug out bag. Everything you need. So if it's time for you to leave in an instant or drop, you gotta go. It should be in the front closet at the door with you ready to leave. Everything else, take that back to yourself.
Preparation is key, but I tell you what, the Israelites, when we left Egypt, we weren't fully prepared. But what did God do? He provided for us, right? So we got the bread that He provided for us. We got the quail that He provided for us. We got the water out the rock that He provided for us. You know what I'm saying? Like anything we needed, He already knows that we need it. We could have our bug out bag prepared, and we hear something, they say, whatever, and we gotta run out and I didn't forgot my bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you move fast.
And then we find we out running, and some food that somebody just bought while they were trying to get away falls out and is perfectly wrapped. Nothing's wrong with it. I got my sustenance. You know what I'm saying? These clothes, damn, I thought these clothes wasn't gonna last me. Whatever the case may be, they got it. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
So,
y'all. I'm gonna see y'all later.
all right, have a good one.
Y'all keep up, stay up.
That Z player, that's
This is the book of Psalms.
Okay.
What was that? Out here preaching the Bible, preaching the word to, just let our people know out here doing what it is that God tells us to do. If we love God, then we're going to keep His commandments. We're going to make sure that they're keeping the commandments and that we're doing things in accordance with God. We just want to show them we love them.
Okay, don't put that camera on us.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 22. Cast thy burdens upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. He shall suffer the righteous to be moved.
He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Meaning we're taken care of. We're going to be good. We're going to be okay. Just trust God and rely on Him, and He'll never allow us to be moved. And that's going to be our last one. What to do?
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Bring it up.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing whether it be good or whether it be evil.
I just thought that was a fire precept too for what you said, for what happened. But at the end of everything, fear God, keep His commandments. You can't go wrong doing it that way. Like sign out by saying Kwa Halal Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. It's your brother Kabara out of Detroit, Sakari. Shalom.
Shalom.